Verna White was a beautiful, young, single mother with a 7-year-old daughter living in Cherokee County, Georgia. Nearly 20 years had passed since high school, but when she ran into an old high school friend, she would soon live through the worst night anyone could possibly imagine. Before we get into today's story, if you are a fan of the dark and paranormal, you have come to the right place because that is all we do, and we upload every single week. Please subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications so that you don't miss our weekly uploads. Okay, let's get into today's story. In November of 2006, Verna had run into one of her old high school friends named Gerald Lee. They went ahead and exchanged phone numbers, and Verna had told Gerald that if he ever wanted to get together and just chit-chat, catch up, or do whatever, to just give her a call. He did give her a call, and they met at her home, and they spent a long time just talking about life in general. Gerald Lee had appeared distraught. He was confiding in Verna that ever since high school, his life sort of spiraled downhill and it had fallen apart, and he was not doing really well. As Gerald Lee cried, Verna reached in to give him a hug to comfort him, where he mistook the affection for something romantic, and he attempted to kiss her. Verna quickly let him know that this was not at all her intention and that she was not looking for a relationship since she had just gotten divorced. He profusely apologized for the misunderstanding, and after they concluded their time together, Gerald Lee left, but that would not be the end of it. The very next day, Gerald Lee called Verna while she was at work, and he was asking her out again, and she told Gerald again that she was not interested. While on the phone telling Gerald this, his demeanor changed, and he told Verna to shut up and listen. I am a man, you are a woman, and you need to do what I say. Verna didn't know what to make of this, but she stood her ground, and she told him that she was simply not interested. 4 days later, Verna was home alone with her 7-year-old daughter. While her daughter was playing on the computer, Verna heard a crashing sound coming from the back door where her kitchen was located. An intruder had broken a window wearing a ski mask, and he had no shirt, and he was brandishing a rifle. Verna immediately pushed her 7-year-old daughter into the bathroom in order to hide her and told her to stay there and do not come out, which the little girl did. Verna immediately knew this masked intruder was Gerald and pleaded with him, Gerald, why are you doing this? You don't have to do this. The intruder kept repeating, I am not Gerald. My name is not Gerald. You got that? The masked intruder eventually admitted to being Gerald and took his mask off. He then forced Verna to perform oral sex on him. Terrified for her life, Verna complied, but Gerald got incredibly angry, stating that's not good enough, and boom, hit her in the head with the butt of his rifle, then forced her on top of him and sexually assaulted her. As this was happening, Verna could feel the blood coming out from her head where Gerald had hit her with the butt of his rifle. And after the assault was done, he told her that's still not good enough, and you are going to do it again. Well, Verna, now exhausted and badly bleeding from the head, told him, no, I'm not. You're going to have to kill me. This is it. I'm not doing this again. He said, that's how it's going to be? Okay. And he picked up the rifle, he pointed it at her head, and he pulled the trigger. After pulling the trigger, the rifle jammed when he pulled the trigger, and Verna began praying, just knowing by the grace of God that the gun did not go off. The prayers only angered Gerald, and he began beating her with the butt of his gun. As Verna fell to the ground, he went ahead and he stomped on her head viciously in an effort to end her life. But she didn't die. Verna just kept praying to God, thinking that she was praying to herself, but she didn't realize that she was praying out loud. She was praying to God to save her daughter as she continued to get pummeled by this guy. This angered Gerald even more, and he told Verna to call in her 7-year-old daughter so he could have his way with her as well before he finished the job. Verna did not call her daughter, so Gerald started walking towards the bathroom where Verna's little 7-year-old girl was hiding. For a brief moment, Gerald had his back to Verna, and she took full advantage of this small time frame. While his back was turned, Verna took his rifle and hid it, and she quickly grabbed a kitchen knife. Verna immediately stabbed him, and she did it in the chest, to which he replied with laughter and taunting. She kept slashing with everything she had at full force, but he was so much bigger than her, so she was very quickly overpowered. During the scuffle, Gerald grabbed glass and he threw it in her eye and poured boiling water on Verna, causing burns, but she would just not stop, knowing that he was after her little girl. The mama bear had kicked in and she was not giving up. Gerald starts grabbing for the knife, but Verna knows that if he gets the knife, he's going to kill her and he's going to have his way with her 7-year-old girl. So as they're fighting over the knife, she starts praying to God for help. She thought she was praying to herself, not knowing that she was actually praying out loud. Gerald angrily hears her prayers and says, "Where's your God now?" as he's pulling out the knife. To which Verna replies, "He's here with me right now." And at that exact moment, an unknown force lifted Gerald Lee off of Verna during their struggle for the knife. It was like a guardian angel had lifted him off of her, and she took hold of the knife and she stabbed him in the stomach really deeply with every single ounce of energy she had left. For the first time that night, she looked in his eyes and she saw fear. He was now scared for his life. After Verna was able to stab him, she ran to her daughter in the bathroom as quick as she could, and she told her to go upstairs and hide under the bed and be really, really quiet and do not come out until the police get here. Her daughter said, Mommy, you're bleeding really bad." And Verna replied, "It's okay, baby, it's okay. Mama's gonna be okay. You just go and you do what Mommy says." Her daughter said, "Okay, Mommy," and she ran upstairs and she hid just like she said. Verna went back downstairs to confront her attacker one last time. She followed the long trail of blood as he was crawling on his belly. He had made it out to the back deck, and with Verna now brandishing the knife, she looked at him and he waved her off. He was just kind of like, "No, I'm done." And she knew he was done and had no fight left in him. It took Verna about 10 minutes to find all of the components of her phone because they had gotten mixed up in the little rustle in order to call the police. When they got to Verna's house, Verna thought, oh God, I'm gonna go to prison for murder. But that's okay, I know my baby is safe and it's all gonna be okay, so I am okay with that, God. It took about 6 months for the police to finally close the case, but no charges were filed against Verna. She is a free woman, and many would consider her a hero. All right, that is going to do it for today, guys. If you have gotten something out of today's episode, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. Until next time, please know that I really appreciate all of your support, and I will see you. It is literally 120 degrees in this room. Literally, like not kidding, 120 degrees. I have the air conditioner on and my hair is down. Oh my God, I feel gross. Ugh, it's sticking to my neck. Oh my God. So I just want you all to know that I am brand new to this type of video style. I'm also brand new to all of the different apps and different software that I'm using in order to edit my videos. So I want you to know that this is still in its infancy. It's a really, really tiny channel right now, just doing what I love, but I can only get better with time. I can only continue to use the apps and get better at them. So I hope that you guys will stick around. See ya.